Vodafone presents the pre-match.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to ESL One Katowice, Day 3. We're going to hop into our very first game of the day, the final best of two in Group A that we are going to be covering. It's Secret facing off against Gambit Esports as we take some looks there at Poland and now some looks here at us. My wonderful friends, Basecamp, Lacoste, Lyrical. I'm going to call myself my own friend because you got to count as many as you got. But regardless, we're going to be moving on to this match. You guys, how you feeling about it?
I'm excited. I really want to see how this one goes. I want to see if Secret... Well, they did bleed already. They lost one game in the group stage, but they've been looking so strong. Even that game where they had the mid one Naga and they looked like they were kind of all over the place. They were still just the better team and just sort of through sheer individual skill, they kind of won that game. I don't think they'd won the draft, but still pulled it out.
They played against FTD, though, so
FTD
FTD won and 7, but FTD looked the best in this game. They showed that they can compete with some of these teams. Sadly, we're not going to see more of them. Both Team Secret and Gambit are through.
Yep.
So I don't think any of these teams don't want to play seriously, especially Team Secret. They do not want to lose the game. Puppy is really prideful, and he does not want to let this one go.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the other thing too is you're playing for positioning here. First seed in this group could potentially matter. Both of these teams are 7-1 so far. Secret, they ended up losing one game to OG, and Gambit lost one game to Forward. Now, Forward and OG are also playing series right now. So there is hypothetically a world where if they won one in between Secret and Gambit, right now Secret would carry the tiebreaker and move on to the next. But hypothetically, Forward, if they win 2-0 and OG don't win a game, then it would be Gambit winning the tiebreaker. So really, at the end of the day, you just need to win 2-0. Just win, baby.
Just win 2-0, that's it.
It's just as simple as that. You just got a 2-0.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. But there are some funky tiebreaker rules that do sort of help to determine which way everybody's going to go. Like the little peek over there.
I got to get over the standings at least a little bit.
But yeah, it is going to be an interesting one. And I think that as far as these teams and what we've seen, this is a pretty clear, I'd say a pretty good representation of where everybody stands. As far as Forward and Mineski being like those two that are competing for that last spot, making it through in the tournament.
Yeah, I think everything is kind of settled out maybe as we were expecting. I was kind of hoping that Mineski were going to do a little bit better. I still believe in a lot of the players on that team. I'm a big fan of KP, but they just haven't been looking all that good recently. So still need to find their form somehow. I think they've cycled through a few different coaches as well. They haven't made too many player changes, but they have had a few coach swaps. I think they had Clairvoyance on there for a little bit. It's been, and now they've got Dubu in, so they're trying to figure something out, but it just hasn't quite all clicked together.
Yeah, if you have 5 players who are friends, you can't blame each other, so you just swap coaches.
There you go.
That's how it works.
Well, speaking of that, we actually are going to hop in and take a look at one of the first teams to start off, and it's going to be Secret. I don't know why I said speaking of that, because I don't think they're kicking Sunby anytime soon. And things are definitely working for Secret. This is a team that had looked like the best team in the world coming into this. And it's sort of a weird tournament because I think that they only had reputation to lose. Like, beating all of the rest of these teams here, you don't really, gain much for Secret because I don't think they were any of the ones that were really in competition with them for that top
They're here to show off for the home crowd, right?
That's true.
That's what this... Yeah. I think they even... I think Matt even popped up on Reddit saying that they declined an MDL invitation because they wanted to play in front of Nisha's home crowd.
That's awesome.
So that's really cool that they're going to get to do that, and hopefully they'll put on a show.
That's extremely nice move, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah. Kid's 18, gets a chance to play in front of his home crowd and be like the best in the world.
Get his friends and family to come and watch. I'm sure there'll be a little Nisha section in the crowd, though. The whole crowd might just be the Nisha section.
It's a possibility. Well, we do have another team that we're going to be taking a look in this one, and that's Gambit. Sort of a rising star over the past, I want to say 2 to 3 months, maybe. It's been a while here for them. And I think that they've kind of solidified their spot as that second best team in the CIS region. Navi and Empire, the two that were perennially in that spot, not really showing up as much, and it's instead this Gambit team that's really kind of blown it open.
Yeah, it's been cool for Alpha Ninja to kind of find a team. I think he's been bouncing around a little bit. I remember I was casting him at the random Turkmenistan tournament that I went to, the Asia Indoor and Martial Arts Games. He was there.
Yeah.
He's Jordanian, right?
He is Russian.
Okay.
That's what it says. He might have a different ethnic background as well.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember what team he was playing on at that event, because it was sort of like WESG
Rebels,
rules.
one of those Rebels maybe, or Power
I had to
Rangers.
check something. The Hawk died only 5 times in 8 games so far in Katowice.
That's sick, actually.
That's insane.
Yeah, he's been playing like crazy. I've been really impressed with him. Still has the ILTW fan as his like tag up thing, but he's maybe making a few new fans for himself. He's been around forever too.
Dude, 8 games, 5 deaths. That doesn't happen. Even though if you're playing against the lower skill teams, it's still not going to happen. This dude's insane, actually.
The Hawk God. Well, we are going to hop into the draft right now, ladies and gentlemen. Team Secret facing off against Gambit, and game number 1 is about to get underway right now. Man.
I just looked it up. My mistake. He was not at that event. Thinking of the wrong player.
Different bald guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well. That's
Thank you, Little Nahaz.
I got to admit when I'm
for sure.
when I'm wrong.
I
But
never do.
it's cool to see him on tape. I feel like he has been the one player looking at Gambit that I'm a little bit worried about in this series. Like, I just don't know how he's going to match up against mid one. We had that Morphling game that he played. I think every other game that he's played in this event has looked pretty good, but that Morphling game was not so hot. So I think Gambit might have to give Alpha Ninja a little bit of help this game.
Well, it's like, so we talked about it, right? Afterlife has had good games.
Yes.
As Lacoste is saying, Dahawk's had good games. Both of them consistently. But as Alpha Ninja goes, so follows Gambit. That's really what it feels like. If he's owning, then the rest of the team is going to win, because that's just sort of that sort of tenuous ground in the mid lane.
Well, when you think about it, they're pro players. They're not making any mistakes. They're humans, after all. Even if you play perfectly, you play your own pub games, you can see how many mistakes you make. It's actually normal. It's hard to maintain such a high level in all of those games. So there's always going to be 1-2 games where you actually look like you're not part of the team.
For sure. And we're playing at a level where 1 or 2 like reasonably big mistakes can actually just lose you the entire game, right? That's the thing. People make a lot of little mistakes. Like, you could always point to, like, oh, this pro player's like missing CS in lane. That's not an important mistake necessarily, but there are these sort of mid-level mistakes where you just make a couple of them, and then your game can go completely out the window.
And sometimes it's like decision making, which can fall back to the team as well, but it looks really
sure.
bad on one particular player.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, 100%.
But if you're realistic as a player, you can see that your team is losing because of you, and then maybe it gets into your head and you start making even more mistakes.
Yeah, you need to have... Dota is very much about confidence, right? I think that it's been shown time and time again, especially not maybe so much an environment like this, but TI, the value of being an extremely experienced, resilient player, a team with a lot of confidence, sort of being unshakable is super, super important.
And that's not necessarily something that comes with time either. That's just something that you either have to have or you kind of don't, or you build it up yourself. But I don't know.
You're not guaranteed to get it just by playing,
Yeah.
I think is the thing.
Enigma, first overall, Yapsor. Just going to go AFK farm for a little bit and make that off lane a little bit easier for Zai by taking away the range creep.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. Secret not choosing to go for the Nature's Prophet. They've been, in like some of the other games so far this group stage, whenever the Lesh is getting banned, the Prophet's often making it through, and they're taking the Prophet first overall, but it looks like they do want that Enigma instead.
So far, Ursa has been picked 7 times in this tournament, and
100%.
he won every single game.
Yeah. This is a pretty early grab. Gambit, we've seen them be... They really like this Nyx Assassin. I think, we cast 4 games in a row at the beginning of the group stage. They picked Nyx like every game. Through the middle games of the groups, they didn't really play it as much, but they've been bringing it back now. So it looks like they are still going to grab it here. I was wondering about whether or not they were going to ban the Lesh if they were trying to angle for the Nyx pick, but the Lesh does still get banned out here.
So I think part of the reason that Ursa's had such a good win rate is because everybody's been playing Juggernaut or Lifestealer. Lifestealer's banned out here, and Juggernaut might not get picked.
Has disgusting win rate in this
It's
tournament.
awful.
It's overpicked. This hero is not that good anymore.
And which is why I don't think that Secret are going to take it. Like,
It's got
Ursa is almost a preemptive ban. But
Yeah, he's got like 17 games.
17 games, 30% win rate.
Oh, Lion is interesting.
Huh. So why Lion and not Shadow Shaman? Because that's like the big trade-off there, right? It's almost the exact same hero.
I guess it's a better way to burst Ursa. He needs to use his ulti before the fear of Lion using a finger.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do think it's a little bit better against Ursa. They could also be looking to play with maybe a little bit more of a mana drain build this game. Gambit are fairly mana reliant, but not very big mana pool heroes. So that's something. Could also just be, Puppy or Secret trying something out.
They could also be willing to like sort of set up for a later like Lion mid if they wanted to.
Yeah, hit me with that Lion mid and then pick Grimstroke for
Right?
Puppy. And we'll just do dumb Lion combos.
I mean, it feels like that stacking
One shot
of
the whole team.
the stacking of Finger of the Death's damage is not insignificant, particularly if you could get a level 6 quickly. But it would be like kind of out there. It would definitely be out there for Secret.
It's more of a pub build.
Yes.
It's
For sure.
viable in some of the pro matches.
Secret would be the team to do it, though,
Yeah.
right?
Look at this ban, Silencer. I don't think this hero has been picked so far at all. The hero is one of the worst heroes in Dota right now.
It's just because of Enigma, I guess.
Yeah.
And poor Silencer just had his laning nerfed again and again and again. Mana costs going up, damage going down.
Yeah, you just do one of those. Either increase the mana cost or lower the damage. If you do both, the hero's unplayable.
Yeah, I think we're down to like Last Word does like 75 damage
For
at level
250 mana.
It's
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
See, I'm sure what happened is
my
like the
God.
beta testers just had a Silencer that was in their pubs, right-clicking them with Glaives of Wisdom.
Oh, Silencer was overpowered as a support.
He was
in
strong.
dual lane meta.
Yeah.
He was so OP. I know. I've been spamming Silencer.
It's sad because they released that sick new Silencer set, the like winter themed one, but he's unplayable, so you don't get to use it.
So I wonder with the Silencer ban if they're going to try and bump this Enigma up to a core now. Because Jakiro taken one of these 3 heroes has to be a core.
Why is Secret picking so many int heroes into Nyx Assassin?
Most of the time, Nyx Assassin, at least the ones that we saw, he didn't
He's a low
have
level.
more than 1 or 2 points in mana burn.
That's true. This is actually this is now a very sick Rubik game.
This
This
is
is like the dream Rubik game, and this is only 3 picks in. Like all of Jakira's spells amazing, Lion spells amazing. You've got the black hole for the big impact. Yeah, like Lacoste is on point with the silencer.
I'm just
set.
checking this
You don't
Winter
have it?
Silencer set. I don't have it.
Oh, okay. there you
When
go.
Silencer becomes playable, I'm buying
You'll
this
pick it
for
up.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm not buying. Just, someone's gonna donate.
Yeah. Someone's gifting it to you right now.
Yeah. I don't need more than 1, so take it easy.
All right, they are trying to get Nisha a car. That's what's happening with this draft. They're like, okay, we are just going to build a bunch of heroes that are going to give control, and then PA is going to go ham.
That's not how you do it. You need to give Phantom Assassin Empower, Bloodlust,
Yeah.
Alacrity. Then
fair.
you win a Mercedes.
Okay, sounds good.
Heavenly Grace. It's a shame about Repel. That used to be like the make my carry strong, and now Heavenly Grace is not nearly as...
I saw Virtus Pro
Really is
picking
good.
Omni Knight. I feel the hero is still viable.
I saw them playing Apex Legends, too. I'm not sure if I'm
He got
listening to
buffed,
Virtus Pro
right?
anymore.
Yeah.
In the recent patch, which would seem to suggest that the overall consensus that he's still not crazy strong, but I agree. He does seem like he's pickable. You just got to figure out the right situation. He's quite a different hero now to what he used to be. I think is
Having
the biggest thing.
the strong dispel is, I think, the best part of the Heavenly Grace now. Because before you couldn't take something off with repel. You just like it was a preemptive thing. So when I've seen Omni Knight played well, that's been a big part of it, is having that strong dispel.
Secret get their Monkey King. I was wondering if we were going to see more bans on mid one in this game.
Is this core Jakiro? Yes or no?
Ooh.
I say yes.
I don't think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it's Jakiro. It's like Zai, Jakiro,
Yeah.
Yap, Enigma, Puppy, Lion, and then Monkey King and PA, just standard mid one and Nisha.
Jakiro is extremely strong against
He's
these
really good
heroes.
against what Gambit have. All of the attack speed slow against the Ursa and the Chaos Knight is actually really, really difficult to deal with. And I think you would prefer to have early levels on the Jakiro here. And they can have him solo in the off lane because they're going to have the Enigma denies.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's kind of hard to go on him. I like the idea of a 3 Jakiro here. And for Gambit, what do they go for? Can they tinker here? It's pretty good against PA and Monkey King. I don't know if that's their style necessarily. They can't really. They don't really want to storm, I don't think. They can't Ember. It's a terrible matchup. They have been picking,
Shadowfin,
they've been
that's
picking-
their hero.
They've been picking the Razor a lot. Could still go for that. I think Alpha Ninja has looked pretty good on Razor, though I don't know if that's 100% what they want. Then they're very reliant on right-click damage.
They have no tower damage whatsoever. So they are gonna need to go for kills, grab a kill, not even kill, 2 or 3 kills so they can take objectives. And they're not even
just
hitting
pick mid
towers
Rasta, let's go.
that strong. Shadowfin that is.
Okay. Alpha Ninja Classic.
So get together early on. They're going to run their classic Afterlife CK. Dahak is going to be able to secure them Roshan. I like the Gambit draft. It's very them. And I think that FNG is set to have a really good game. It's a bunch of good
Zai.
skills.
Oh, do you guys see that? It's Zai is playing Lion.
All right, there we go.
Zion? I don't know.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that
Lion Zion. Huh?
Yeah.
we were talking about why the Lion versus the Shadow Shaman, and to me at least, it feels like the main difference, besides being good against Ursa, is the Finger of Death versus the Ward. So try and enable that as to the best of their abilities. Even though the Puppy does like to play Lion.
You got to get that AoE mana drain against the CK.
Oh, hey.
That's the strat, the multi-shot mana drain.
Hey.
You just instantly destroy 3 illusions.
They picked the CK into it though. They're not ready for the strat.
The AoE Hex
Yeah.
as well. Show me the Midas Lion. Get those 20 and 25
That
talents.
is going to break all of our PCs. Do you remember how slow the game gets with AoE Hex?
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it slows down a lot.
Oh, okay.
I didn't notice.
I haven't noticed.
Because
You need a
you don't
better
see too
PC
much
game.
Lion.
I know, apparently. Hey, gotta get to work there. Gotta wait for the...
All right, we'll let you solo cast so you can grab more money, buy a new PC.
That's how it works.
Oh, yeah.
We need the new GPUs. They're too expensive nowadays. That's the problem.
Please, AMD, save us.
Well, we're going to move into this game now. Game number 1, Secret facing off against Gambit. And we are going right into this game. And a lot of tips already very early on as we hop into this game number 1.
I was disappointed by Chaos. Where were the tips? Where were the chat lines? That's what I needed. So if we have plenty of them in this game, I'll be happy.
Aye.
Beautiful. So a lot of talking back and forth between these folks as we hop into this game number 1. And, well, let's see. Courier just going to be running around.
That's no courier. That's Monkey.
True enough. It still is interesting to me that they just have the base courier.
I think default courier should be chicken, not a donkey.
That's true. But then that would devalue Cluckles. What would you do about Cluckles the Brave then?
I don't even know what...
That's the chicken curry.
Is it? All right. I don't just make him default.
begins.
Yeah.
Ooh. 2-2 Bantzer in split, nothing too shocking. I'm interested to see about this line because Kokoski and I both said that we would have
Like to see just the core Jakiro this game.
Yeah, but if they stay together, Lion, Enigma, that's a lot of stun, a lot of control, and I don't think Gambit can grab a kill. If Enigma decides to move to jungle instead, then there's a lot of kill potential.
Once they get some early levels, like when you have level 3 on both of them, all of that lockdown to use the Eidolon damage is actually pretty scary. Get 2 points in stun, 1 point in the hex.
Oftentimes, though, what we just see is people try and just kill the Eidolons, but neither of these heroes are particularly great at it.
They're not great at killing Eidolons this game.
And it is just going to be Apsor retreating after the first wave towards the bottom side. We'll see if he decides to fully leave and head to the jungle, or if he's just going to keep on going for these denies. But so far, so good for Secret, who are looking solid across all their lanes.
Gambit don't have the best early game pressure from their supports. If they put the Nyx and the Rubik together, I think they have quite good kill potential in any of these lanes, but just the dual lanes that they have aren't too scary, at least for Secret's heroes.
FNG, run away there, buddy. He's taking a lot of damage. Jakiro is not to be trifled with in these early levels. He does have a stick still, at least, as well as that mango, so should be able to regen back up, but he kind of has to... Just going to get fully zoned out by Puppy here.
Once Shadowfin hits level 3, he is level 3 right now. If FNG wants to rotate, sadly he's only level 2, so he does not have telekinesis ready. It's a guaranteed kill on Monkey King. Either level 3, level 5.
Does he live if he dodges one of the raises? Probably not, right?
Well, if he
Probably still
dodges
dead.
the second or third raise, he should live. I keep forgetting about that spell.
Yeah,
I don't understand why it was added necessarily. Why does Monkey King need phase shift for free?
It's cool, man. What's wrong? FNG?
They should just
It's
give
cool, but it's everyone
They should
has
just give every hero phase shift for free. Like, oh, yep. Why not?
It's because it's Monkey King. He's creating mischief.
Okay.
Why are you hating on the Monkey Man?
Why does the mischief have to make him invulnerable?
Because it's cool. Foninja, dodges the second raise. There's the Boundless Strike, and Foninja going to be hurt and going to be upset about the changes that Monkey King
Double
got.
slash.
Living through
Where's
it for
the
the
hell?
Horde, but
Where's the
six.
TP?
Doesn't happen.
He's under the tower for like 15 seconds. Nobody's coming to help him.
I mean, CK could have TP'd.
Yeah.
It would be worth for sure. Because Rubik was going back healing. He doesn't even have telekinesis, so he couldn't do anything. Man, he burned two
salves and still died. That's so much economic damage. Yeah, show me that net worth. Oh, God. 2.1k Monkey King, 900 gold Shadow Fiend.
And I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that we talked about how much Gambit is sort of dependent upon Foninja to have a decent game. And oftentimes they're sacrificing him and giving the extra...
They literally sacrificed. No one wanted wanted to provide any help for him.
Oh, God. Okay, this is basically where Shadow Fiend's game gets decided, like whether or not this smoke gank actually works. I think they need level 3 on the they need level 3 raise on the SF now, but he's not going to have it for a little
Monkey
bit.
King has phase boots now. So if they don't help Shadow Fiend, he's dead. Monkey King can just run at him.
This is really scary, and
this is really badly timed by FNG.
And
I
now
mean, smoke's going to run out.
Yeah, now that Rubik is missing, they're starting to play more aggressive on the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's becoming obvious. Like, Secret know exactly what's going on. But I don't think the Monkey King is even really worried.
no. I mean, he's still got his mischief working. He is going to get pulled back in a little bit closer here, but mid one walks forward yet again. Just not concerned. I guess that there's still some value to FNG being here for a moment, but he's kind of just soaking experience.
The Shadow Fiend does not want him here.
Yeah.
FNG needs every drop of experience. I think even, okay, if they can't gank the Monkey King, then Rubik needs to stack. And that's what he's doing right now. He's going to stack up some camps for Ninja. They can get him back into the game that way, but it's going to be scary with the start that Mid1 has had. We've seen how good he is on the Monkey King, on the Pangolier, at just running around and finding non-stop kills. So this is super scary if you're Gambit. Mid1 is super enabled.
Shadowfiend needs to keep him low on HP, and then Monkey King can't play aggressive. He brought raindrops, tangos. When he regions up, and if Rubik shows on the lane, Monkey King will try to go and grab a solo kill on Shadowfiend.
Level 6 right now as well.
Okay, they're bringing the Nyx Assassin across as well. Kind of. They're thinking about it. They know that they're so desperate. They want to help Ninja, but I'm worried that these supports are just kind of wasting their time.
I mean, I think this is okay though. Like, still Afterlife, he's gotten a good enough start that he's still getting experience here. Level 6, has decent CS. Up top, Ursa's doing fine, and Shadowfiend has caught up to the Monkey King now.
Yeah. I like what FNG is doing. He's stacking.
Yeah,
he's setting them up for later.
Like, even just staying off the map right here and being close enough that if something happens, they can respond that way. It's not great, but it's okay. And actually moving in with Afterlife now in a DD rune, this is a pretty deep dive if they wanted to go for it, and it feels like Mid1 is fully aware of what's happening.
That glyph is kind of suspicious.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he's staying way down there to the south, and now moves into position. Reality Rift pulls him back in, gonna go for the stun. Actually pump faked it, and they find the 2-second stun, get the kill. Gambit, it took a while, but they got it done.
He was saving a point so he could use a tree dance, what we saw from OG. Thompson did that, and it was extremely successful because you don't take damage because you didn't skill it.
Do you think that'll be changed, the way that like dropping your blink dagger and backpack blink was changed?
I don't think so.
Not
this looks fine to me.
Yeah.
The Monkey
You can only do it once.
Looking like they want to make something happen here against Afterlife, but FNG in the area, they're going to save the lift and throw it onto Mid1. Pops the ulti from Afterlife, turning to fight, gets the 2-second stun, still trying to run away Reality Rift, but it's not going to be enough, as Immersion was a bit too late and actually chasing forward for FNG, so getting involved very early on here. Mid1 makes it happen.
Now they're going to pressure the tower. They're going to even try to go for the Nyx Assassin. Nice double stun.
In the middle of the jump, Immersion under fire. They also find the stun to FNG, and this is where Secret can look so scary.
This is such classic Mid1. Like, no items on Monkey King, but just they find so many kills with this hero.
Yeah, more and more Monkey Kings are realizing that they should not farm that much. Instead, once they die, you would expect them to come back to a mid lane. Instead, they TP to a side lane, grab a kill or two, and with all the aggression on the bottom lane, Enigma and Lion managed to take the tower on top.
The other thing that was really good about that from Mid1 is that he didn't immediately show that he left bottom either, and Shadowfiend didn't feel comfortable pushing the mid-tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
So they were able to not lose that much damage on mid-tier 1, even though he's gone for a long time.
I feel like Monkey King has gone full circle, kind of. He started out as a support. People were playing him super aggressively, running around finding kills. Some of those aspects got nerfed, or the strength of his abilities at level 1 got made a little bit weaker. We started to see the carry Monkey King, people buying Battle Fury, people buying Radiance, all this kind of greedy stuff. And now we've come all the way back around to when people are playing Monkey King, they're just getting a few levels, safe lane or mid, and then running around and finding kills everywhere. That's pretty cool.
I still would be a little bit concerned about the scalability of the Secrets lineup. Like, they need to be keeping this aggression up, certainly, throughout the whole course of the game. Because I think that with like the CK offline and stuff,
they scale way better than what Gambit has. All of their heroes.
You think so?
Yeah, every single one of them scale well.
Their matchups are good, and I don't think Shadowfiend scales particularly well. And you have to remember that pocket Enigma that Secret are going to have. Like, Rubik is nice to have against Enigma, but I wouldn't really consider it an Enigma counter.
That's a position 5 Enigma Rubik who doesn't have boots. Yeah. Almost 10 minutes in.
Yeah, he's got 600
He's level
gold.
3.
He's not going to be dealing with Yapso this game.
Smoke up coming from Secret. Zai might have broken his, and FNG is sort of guarding that high ground. A lot of vision. Puppy gonna get lifted up onto the high ground, right into the middle of this Shadow Fiend, who is Hex, and they have the Boundless Strike with the Wukong's command down as well. The two-person Earth Spike comes through, and can they find anybody here with Afterlife trying to make it happen? Just gonna take that bounty rune and run away, but the Finger of Death comes out, a triple kill for mid one. Gambit certainly not able to do anything here. And they find the crit. Zai's there as well. They have the Earth Spike afterwards as they control Dahak, and well, he's dying a couple more times.
The only good thing for Gambit is they managed to pick up all 4 bounty runes. But on the top lane, Enigma is free farming. He's almost about to finish his Hand of Midas.
Secret always seem to get away with basically having 4 cores. It's pretty crazy. But they always make such good early game rotations and have this gold lead at this stage. Like, Puppy can afford to do all of the warding and everything and still have boots because they're pretty consistently taking a tier 1 and getting multiple kills before the 10-minute mark.
Oh, Macro Pyre down. Ninja just gonna get ran at. It's too much damage so early on. A 4,000 gold lead. And while it is, yes, the Midas that's there for the Enigma, all these other items on the other heroes in the game for Secret are all about fighting.
Yeah, 100%. Mid one is just so good at running around and making space.
Next assassin is level 6, so he can try to find a kill. Sentry ward is dropped from FNG on the mid lane, so he can be aggressive on this one. It's tough. Shadow Fiend needs one more item than other heroes. That's how I feel about the hero. Usually he goes for Mech Guardian Greaves build so they can group up, but the problem is their supports are under-leveled. Hand of Midas is being built on Ursa, so they can't play that aggressive. Chaos Knight also has Hand of Midas queued up, which means that they're not going to be able to fight.
God, they got to be so careful. Puppy's moving in from the other side too. 4 points in Ice Path, and they have the initial control that he can follow up afterwards. The long-range stun, not quite going to be able to get there, and instead it's FNG who's able to steal it, turn it back around, able to get them down with the Impale. Zai trying to run away. The Hawk juking for the juke, but it's not going to be there. And Immersion is eventually going to get killed off. Maybe no, the turnaround Ice Path coming from FNG, and then the Impale. That 4 points in Ice Path with like Boundless Strike as the initial setup is a ton of disable from Secret.
That's how you play Jakiro. Man, every time I see Jakiro maxing Ice Path, it's so much more valuable than maxing your other spells. Good spell steal from Rubik, kept him alive, but Puppy with the zoning ulti as well, so Gambit couldn't approach.
Yeah. They don't need the points in Liquid Fire this game either. Like, they have plenty of push.
They found themselves Yapzor. Try and make the escape, but it was never going to happen.
Gambit's still getting bits and pieces. The problem that I have with this Shadow Fiend mech is that I don't know if Gambit can actually push this game. Their building damage is... It's okay, but they're still going to have to...
It's non-existent. Building them. Who's gonna deal damage? They don't have a hero
they can
that
take tier
pressures
ones,
the tower.
but yeah, they don't have anyone that can siege
before they can go
100%.
for towers.
They have enough damage, but yeah, they don't have siege. There's no one who can just stand confidently on the front lines, and they don't have save either. So anyone who gets hexed or anything like that, they're just gonna die to Boundless Strike plus Finger.
There's the Ice Path, long range, the Earth Spike to follow it up. Yapzor could chase forward for more. Ice Path down and Finger of Death. They just don't get to play Dota.
Nope. Stuns are good.
And their tower defense is extremely weak. The only one who can defend towers is FNG.
Yeah, and he's dead, so there you go. The Shadow Fiend can't even walk forward and like throw out a long raise. It just has to hang all the way back.
I mean, the best ability that Gambit has right now is something that was stolen from Secret, that Ice Path, which is now gone. And, well, they're able to bait this out, Spike Carapace, but this should be a dead... Oh, no, instead, stealing Earth Spike, turning it back around, and killing off Zai. Gambit show up in numbers.
Nice. The maxed Spiked Carapace from Immersion. Kind of proving a bit troublesome for Secret there. But See, I like the secret Midases. I don't know if I like Gambit's Midases this game. Feels like Gambit need items that are actually going to do something for them.
Spike Carapace down yet again. But it does look like Immersion is just going to hit the deck.
Didn't even get the rune. Mid one picked it up.
Yeah. But Gambit were able to secure a couple of other ones. It looks like Puppy getting that final kill on Immersion.
Yeah, so out of last 8 runes, Gambit picked up 7.
I mean, that is, I think, one of the things that's keeping them in this game, is able to avoid some of the fights, but it's still not looking good by any stretch of the imagination.
He didn't lift him towards the Shadow Fiends?
Well, he says sorry.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
If you make a mistake, say sorry. It's all good.
Yeah.
But
still
if you make a mistake and try to blame it on someone else,
Yeah.
then you're being muted and reported after the game.
What if I blame it on my keyboard? What
It's fine. You can do it once.
Okay.
Like, you can't blame that your cat is on fire, keyboard is broken, airplane hit your house. No. Only one of those excuses is tolerable.
One per game.
Yes.
Gotcha.
16 minutes. Minus off cooldown for the Monkey Man. And it looks like Secret not wanting to take that battle down bottom. So he's just going to be jumping around from tree to tree. I mean, could they think about defending this tier 1 tower here? Mid one's in the area.
Everyone's so far away.
Yeah.
Maybe if they walk one person down here, maybe they can take this fight, but it doesn't look like anyone's interested. Mid one's just here to soak the experience, I think.
Oh, he could have used the Midas there.
That's a
if
good
he
point.
wanted to Boundless.
He's sort of making Gambit a little bit nervous, and I guess that him being down there has kept the rest of the heroes nearby.
Yeah, it stops them from just leaving one person here to try and finish the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
In the meantime, Secret gonna spread out around the rest of the map, get their farm on, building that slight lead up a bit further. So the core Lion going for the Aether Lens first. I think that's a lot of people are sort of curious what this build is going to be for the Lion. Does he go like the Kaya early on? Does he need to go back for the Blink Dagger afterwards? Looks like he has a Force Staff queued up right now.
I think with the Aether Lens and the Phase Boots online, he can actually kind of play without a blink. I do think he needs the Force Staff, but plus 100 cast range and then the cast range on Aether Lens, he can initiate from Fog fairly reliably.
They have nothing that goes through BKB Black Hole unless Rubik steals a Black Hole.
Yeah.
So Yaps are going for straight BKB after Hand of Midas. Good choice.
Yeah. I mean, do you think he even goes back for the Lincoln Sphere in the later stages of the game?
He could, yeah. Blink after this and possibly
Oh,
Lincoln's.
eating the tree and eating up the monkey. Dahak with the quick fingers.
That was nice.
Uh-oh. FNG, though, is going to be found by Secret. And Zai, Yapsor, they're in the area. He wants to get a little bit of bonus damage onto his finger. As the Ursa is chasing F1 Ninja there as well. They find the 3-second stun. The jump forward, Zai heads off the other direction. Did not have
what
a
a
stun.
stun.
Getting out and he's away.
Oh my God.
Respect coming up from FNG.
Yeah, that is a tip-worthy play.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was kind of you.
Well, still, a nice series of events there for Gambit. In spite of Zai getting out.
They almost gave FNG a little window to make a big play because Zai overlapped his stuns a bit, and FNG almost popped up and stole the Earth Spike and turned it around, but still. Didn't even turn out to be that bad for Gambit. The 1-for-1's still okay. Would have been nice to get the Zai kill, but they got to take what they can get at this point.
Meanwhile, they're making action happening on the map, but Phantom Assassin on top of net worth, almost 10,000 in net worth, level 14 Battle Fury, building towards BKB. Once the cores on side of Team Secret get BKBs up, it's going to be so tough for Gambit to fight.
Immersion is finally going to be punished for his sneaking around, and they take him down.
this game is so on brand for the recent Team Secret. Like Nisha farming away uninterrupted, Yapzor having that big support as the insurance policy, and then everyone else just running around finding kills.
Yeah. And they will catch and kill off Afterlife here.
That's Roche.
This is sort of you know, up until that last kill right there, it did still feel like Gambit were keeping it closer than most other teams had against Secret. But this is really that big objective that Secret can take where you can sort of just do whatever you want afterwards. And losing FNG here is pretty tragic. He is going to go down. The long initiation coming from that Hex. Yeah, Gambit, you can see they don't want to give this up, but it's really hard to fight into.
It's hard to fight into Roche Pit against Monkey King, against Enigma. Lionfinger is going to be up in 20 seconds, but Jakiro is showing on mid, has no mana. They can't really fight into this, and it's always feels so good to steal Roshan from the team that has Ursa on it.
Yeah. Do you think they could have gone for it if the Rubik hadn't just walked in and died? Probably not, right? Probably wasn't defendable.
When you have Ursa in team, you can always try to sneak a Roche. Two-man smoke, one guy tanks the Roche, Ursa just kills it.
Yeah. Not to steal it before Secret got it, but to contest it there. Do you think they could have contested with...
if they had 5 heroes?
This movement right here, you don't expect the smoke up as they get Roche themselves, and Gambit taking advantage of Secret being far apart, but that Ghost Scepter going to keep him alive for the moment. Monkey King moving into position, misses on the Boundless Strike. They are going to find that Ice Path down, and that is why people don't smoke after Roche gets taken.
His TP's on cooldown. He's dead.
Decides to turn it back around and try and fight, but it is not going to happen for old Afterlife.
I mean, it was a nice idea with the Phantasm, pop it and then try and send illusions in every direction, but I think Secret had more than enough tools to kill him no matter what, so... Now Phantasm's on cooldown, though I don't think Gambit are going to be fighting any time in the next 5 minutes.
They wanted to go for a sneaky play because you don't expect them smoking right after Team Secret got a Roche and all their ultis are up. They just wanted to get a pick off, maybe push the waves, try to drag this game as much as possible, and Phantom Assassin, extremely farmed. Double damage, Blurred, Deso, plus a Battle Fury.
This is much better than that Hand of Midas PA we saw the other day.
I mean, if you want to go with the greed, why don't you just get Battle Fury instead?
Just get Battle Fury.
Okay.
These things happen.
Mana burn him and then just steal it back. All right. There you go.
Immersion, the self-flame. The self-flame. It happens. BKB done for the Enigma. It is the Guardian Greaves build on the SF that we've come to expect from Afro Ninja.
Is the big problem this game just the discrepancy between mid? Like, it feels like Gambit, the FNG spent a bunch of time trying to babysit the Shadow Fiend, and as a result, lanes just got out of control for Secret. Mid one's been ganking everywhere.
Yes, as we're going to see Immersion go down, but the other thing is that nobody TP'd to help the Shadow Fiend when he was getting dove under tower. So, like, does that might have changed things, and then you wouldn't have had to have those supports sitting in lane the whole time if somebody was ready to TP. And maybe that again goes back to the fact that Puppy zoned the Rubik out of experience range, and he couldn't get level 2. So it's sort of things compounding upon each other.
And Secret are so good at taking a little lead and turning it into a big one. Just getting kill after kill, using their ults when they're off cooldown, except for the Black Hole. Haven't really seen that utilized, but that's always sort of the Yapzor way. Just farming up, waiting until he has the necessary items to bomb one ultimate and just win the whole game.
Martian, the initiation coming out. They find themselves mid one. Mid done. Zai, Hex, out there as well. They have Afterlife in the area. Gonna go for the initiation. Can they blow him up before the Black Hole? They turn it back around. Yapzor could decide to actually jump there if they want, but he just gets blown up, and Secret deciding to run away. The slowdown trying to go on F1 Ninja, but he has a haster, and then Zai hiding behind the tree does get the Hex out, but the turnaround comes a second time, and now they're able to steal Hex away from that Lion. Puppy also being ran at, has the Ghost Scepter, but it's only going to keep him alive for a moment. as the Jakiro eventually falls. So big win there for Gambit.
What a mess. I think they could have cut their losses after the Monkey
after
King
Monkey
dies.
King died, they could just go
leave.
back.
Just walk away. They didn't even use any big spells to kill the Monkey King either. He just jumped on the Carapace, and Ursa tore him to shreds. It's not. They didn't commit anything big to actually get that kill. I guess Secret were in the mindset of, hey, we still have the Aegis. Maybe we can still take this fight, but that was pretty sloppy.
They are delaying their BKBs with all these smaller items. Heaven's Halberd, it's a great item against Ursa, against Shadowfin to one extent, CK as well. But he needs a BKB so he can stand his ground.
Aegis about to expire. They have about 10 seconds left on it right now, and Secret still moving into position. Spike Carapace is going to come out there as well. They jump forward with the Hawk immediately going to blow up the Absol while he was using the BKB, and now Afterlife also on top of and killing off the Monkey King. They lose the Aegis, and that's dead Nisha. They had 10 seconds left on it.
Gambit.
Puppey also ran at Afterlife, got Zai in his sights, a 4-second stun, a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and a whole lot of Gambit as they take down 5.
They just killed 9 heroes of Team Secrets in less than 2 minutes.
They took that, what, like 10K net worth advantage all the way down to nothing now. It's going to be pretty much 0. And after Gambit pick up some more bounties, pick up some more buildings, they're actually going to be in the lead. The spiked Carapace in these last couple of fights has been so sick. Like, I think the spiked Carapace stunned the Enigma, and then the Hawk just jumped in and killed him instantly before YapzOr could even do anything.
It's because he did the Midnight Pulse first before he went for the black hole.
Yeah, or just didn't. I mean, didn't pop his BKB
before as well. Yeah,
because Midnight Pulse, it's a pure damage. It pierces spell immunity.
Well, Tier 1 tower is going to be glyphed. See if they can manage to get the deny on it here. The Ice Path on the catapult. I think this still kills the tower. But nonetheless, it is Gambit with a slight lead now.
And some big items. Like, Ursa's now got a Basher, so he can just randomly kill any of the, like, sort of utility heroes on Secret. A little bit more difficult against the Monkey King and the PA with their evasion, but still a possibility. And I get the feeling that the Hawk is just going to be trying to focus YapzOr. YapzOr really needs this Blink Dagger so that he can start the fight from further away. He doesn't want to be standing there in the middle. He wants to get the lay of the land, pop the BKB preemptively, then go in with the Blink Black Hole. So Secret definitely want to wait for that item before they take any further fights.
Yeah, the complexion of this game has changed somewhat in that Secret are not just going to roll over Gambit, but it does still have that feeling of the Enigma not having a great answer. I guess the Rubik is still there, but he's not the most farmed in the world. Okay. Pale, run away, but he's not going far. In the meantime, Gambit is set up to take the Tier 2 bottom, though.
Yeah, Gambit has some damage. Now the buildings, Shadowfin is level 21, +2 damage per soul. Presence aura affects buildings.
Ooh. Going for the AC.
Yeah, I guess he's just going to go for the -5 talent as well at 25. Doesn't really have that many item cooldowns that are worth bringing down. Guardian Greaves is okay.
And actually having that presence aura affecting buildings and then just running the CK illusions at it, that's going to be kind of effective.
Yeah, could be okay.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
This game's getting interesting, though.
Yeah. This is what I was hoping to see between these two teams. There's a little bit more contention. Somebody that could challenge Secret a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that carefully curated net worth lead from Secret just evaporated in one. And the crazy thing to me is that play that Secret made at top, the difference between that looking okay and going as badly as it did is mid-1 waiting like 2 seconds for the rest of his team to just be a little bit closer before he jumps in. And if he had done that, then we're in a completely different game at this point. But that's just the kind of game that Dota is. Those little decisions matter so much.
And he has been caught out a couple of different times jumping through the trees, which is just naturally going to be one of the things that's a risk when you're playing Monkey King and having to play it aggressively.
I think if you have a playstyle like mid ones, it's just you have to accept the fact that occasionally you're going to have a random death or something here or there. I don't think you get to point to either of those deaths that he's had to the Ursa or jumping in on the Nyx Assassin and saying that was a huge misstep.
It was more the reaction afterwards that Secret had.
Kind of, yeah. I think it was a little bit of a misplay in that he just needed to look at the minimap and wait a second or two. But I can understand the mindset that Secret were in at that point with the Aegis, the BKB. They were feeling super strong, and they just overextended a little bit.
It feels like Team Secret wants to get their third BKB on Monkey King. He's 1,000 gold short. They have everything they want to fight. Roche will respawn in 20 seconds with 3 BKBs up. If they time it right before they can get initiated on, I think Team Secret wins this one. Also, Lion picked up a gem a couple of minutes ago, so they're getting rid of the vision, and the Nyx Assassin is not gonna be that much of a threat. Ursa has double damage though, only for a couple of seconds left.
Man, this is actually such a cool itemization coming out from Gambit. They have the full AC done too, and that just the buckler on Rubik, helping to make up for the armor woes that they get from playing against PA. Like, she's actually not going to do as much damage as normal in this game for a PA.
It's interesting because Gambit are very physical damage heavy, but so are Secret.
Yeah.
So the itemization on both sides is going to be plus armor, minus armor.
It's Secret going for Ghost Scepters, more so on those supports is their answer.
That's true.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Both Jakiro, as well as the Lion eventually, but the Hex is out. They got the Shadow Fiend under control. You can't, turn around. Oh, the Black Hole, is it gonna be good enough as mid-1 trying to lay into Afterlife? He jump in on top of him and the stolen Black Hole. FNG making the plays for his team. They buy back on the Chaos Knight, trying to run forward for this one in mid-1. Gonna get bashed, but the Hex comes out from Nisha as well, and Afterlife back into this fight. He can't afford to buy back here. As Puppey trying to run, Dahak gonna be controlled and killed off, but Gambit have already lost 3, and this is going to be another one. Secret respond in style.
Stolen Black Hole was good, but there's no follow-up damage. They managed to initiate on Shadowfin from far away. Lion with the Force Staff.
That initiation range is sick.
Cast range.
He came out of nowhere, right? The Force Staff is huge, and then the cast range is also crazy.
As I mentioned, they just needed to use their spells properly, pop the BKBs, and Secret can't lose this game.
They're being really disciplined about vision for these fights as well, buying the gem. They've got all those wards around Roche. They're using the Monkey King to scout, just making 100% sure that they're the ones who know the lay of the land and that they're the ones getting the
Even though they
gem.
have a gem, Puppey still puts a sentry before they go for objectives. The same they did for tier 2, same for tier 3.
Just can't afford to get picked off like that, and it feels like that is one of the strengths of Secret's lineup. Not just the initiation from the Lion, but also, like we saw earlier, Boundless Strike into Ice Path. Like this combination, Merchant able to escape from at that time, so deadly. Stolen Boundless Strike connects onto the PA, see if they can blow her up in time. A long duration stun is just going to be controlled forever, and the Aegis is burned through without having to commit all of that much, and the pullback into Threalia, but mid-1 on top of him there as well. Afterlife just going to walk away afterwards. BKB used from Nisha. Pull him back in a little bit closer, and Dahak on top of mid-1, trying to kill him off. Can they bring him down in time? He eats the cheese and able to walk away from them afterwards. Boundless Strike connects on to this PA. Can they kill off Nisha? The turnaround, 5-person Boundless Strike, but Nisha decides to jump back in and immediately gets blown up. And Gambit are able to somewhat hold, but they lost 2 lanes of barracks there with only the range remaining.
And they only got the PA.
They're very disciplined about how they approach the fight and when to fall back. All their spell casting was on point to get a PA before anyone on the team could die. They reset and go in again. All right, CK's gone.
What, team? Where was everybody?
I think they just weren't anticipating that Secret would make any kind of a play. The range on this monitoring is ridiculous. Gambit, what can they actually do? I don't think they can find sight. He's already TPing out.
No.
I think Gambit, they like need the next Roche at this point, but it's so far away. Potential respawn 6 minutes time.
Dire are scanning.
35 minutes. And the bounty runes are going to be going the way mostly of Gambit. But they are in a hole and they need to dig themselves out of it. 8,000 gold, but more importantly is the racks being into the favor of Secret right now. Zai shows up there, the Earth Spike onto 2 afterwards. They've just got all the control in the world. Once again, Gambit don't get to play Dota.
Instant buyback. I'm not sure that's gonna do much. The Hawk, he should be careful.
FNG, is this going to be a dieback for that Rubik? They're moving in and, well, fully being able to zone out everybody else. As Dahak is going to get controlled. They have the Wukong's command down. Gambit can't fight into this that easily. He gets the BKB TP away with the Enrage. That's going to keep him alive, but the rest of Gambit showed up to try and get him out of there, and it's a dieback for FNG as Zai continues to control more and more of these heroes. They leave Immersion for dead and gonna try and clean up on Afro Ninja here. Although he gets the blink away. Immersion, the player, the liver. GG is gonna be called though. They just know that they can't do it. It's too much.
Yeah, getting caught out mid like that is just a disaster. The two of them dying there, Shadowfiend buying back. It was, they knew that Secret had it. Gambit put up a pretty good fight though.
Yeah.
I have to say, Secret just the same
really
old
good
Team
at
Secret.
Dota.
Not even anything too crazy. The hero picks are a little bit different, but the core strategy is still exactly the same. Zai and Mid One having a great time running around, finding non-stop kills. Their ganks always seem to connect. The enemy team never really seems to anticipate them and then like be able to head them off in any way. You see Mid One rotate bottom, and that's like an instant triple kill after they kill a mid. The movements and like the map reads from Secret are so good.
Team Secret rotations are just way better in this game. You have Mid One who makes a lot of rotations. You have Yapzor who tends to farm. Zai, after he gets level 6, 7, he goes to gank, leaves the lane opened up for Yapzor. He farms his Midas, just continues farming. He was not very active, some good black holes. But overall, it's hard to win with the lineup that Gambit had. They need to put more pressure early on. They did not, so they went for Midases, try to farm up more, but once the BKBs are up on side of Team Secret, it's pretty much impossible to fight.
Impossible to fight, possible to win. They showed signs of ice like the wonderful panel was saying, but we are going to hop into game number 2 in just a few. Stay tuned, everybody. More from ESL One Katowice right after this.